Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Goals. Here to be... Now for the first time, here's the rookie from Oregon State. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Cut 19! Red! 79 Broncos! 19 tight! 19 Lions!
Here's Milroe, first and 10. He's throwing deep to the left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it's going to be second down.
Here we go!
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He takes it ahead for a healthy 7 yards. It's third down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'd really break the backs of a defense.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere. Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And this will put an end to the drive after it stalled out. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And he stays under this one. Wow, great punt. Unexpected fair catch at the 5.
At their own 5-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Airing it out to start this drive. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock. But, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Going again on second. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. This one misses the tight end. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
That is a DB's best friend. And hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. And now this opening drive not going anywhere yet. Already 3rd and 10. Third and long for him here. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. And we talked about it earlier. Brought a losing streak into the building with him. That is not a good start towards breaking that streak as they go 3 and out.
No, you want to bust that narrative. And the best way to do that is to start fast. And, well, once again, they're not.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. Not much room, but he's still able to crush it. Ball taken in at the 36. And hey, we see a lot of the football, but they will get nothing on that return.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Cowboys, 7 Pirates, trap 60.
They've got a man in motion.
Dragon 60.
Milroe with it on first. Lasers this one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks take the lead on the first play of the drive.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Point after up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Eagles nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10.
60 go street. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, 79 Broncos. Go.
Milroe from the gun. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Cooper to Jean in to pick it up. And this is going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Philadelphia. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right, getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. It's a design keeper for Milroe. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Looking quickly here. Putting a receiver in motion.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Cooper 19 right.
From the gun, Milroe. Caught by his back. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of 13 yards. Seahawks.
1st down throw here from Milroe. It's his target. That's Torrey Horton. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Eagles' 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He skids down inside the 35-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
First down, Seattle.
Here we go. Set. 70 lines. 7 Pirates. 7 Pop. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings.
Motion the tight end over. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I can promise you that is a throw, and as a quarterback, when it leaves your hands, you do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB can cut off and take the other way.
Shotgun now for Milroe. Finds a man, right side. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. Ready, right?
Running it now out of the gun. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Brings up second and 11 at the Eagles' 12-yard line.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
Here's Milroe to throw. And he's got it in the end zone for the Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks trim the lead to 1. Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes second and 11. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this first and 10. And send a receiver left. The give now out of the shotgun. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14.
7 Pirates, 19 Tiger, 19 Buffalo.
Milroe now to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
60, 19 tight, 18 Roderick, Viking, 18.
Off the play fake. Milroe. Looking downfield, snagged by Arroyo. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. Shotgun snap, they'll throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout.
Ready? Paper 60, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And the Seahawks first down.
Man in motion here.
Viking, 18, shot 50, shot 60, Mustang 19.
Sticking to the air here. Running in the red zone. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 21-14, our score. We'll return to the link right after this. Back now for the second quarter. And the Seahawks, they have got to look towards the end zone.
Ready?
Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
8 yards on the pickup.
Hot
Brings up
70,
2nd
hot
and
70.
2 at the 3-yard line.
It's a design run for Milroe. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Seahawks can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
The kick is good.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks tie this game at 21.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. them 8 on that one, and that's good for an Eagles first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking in the air here. Short pass brought in. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Pass play coming here. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And they take this in for the score. The Eagles take a second quarter lead. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game. Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Come on. 79, bro.
This one right side. Brought in inside the 20. And he has this down to the 14-yard line.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
79.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal. Offense up to the line fast.
70, Seattle.
1st and goal, Seattle.
Ready, right?
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. Offense to the line fast.
Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Cardinal. Ready?
Now a design run. Here's Milroe. And he takes this one in for a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead.
Jason
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Seahawks tie us up 28-all.
Jason Myers to kick off for
So
Seattle.
we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
He'll look to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd down from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. Setting up the running back screen. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield onto their own side.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Back to throw. He's got Devontae Smith. He's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Throwing from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And 4th and 4 coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
They'll throw for it. Flushed out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Okay,
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Hey, man.
So without a timeout to call, this winds up as a delay. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag.
19,
It's a design keeper for Milrow. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. That's completed out to the right. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. New set of downs from 37.
Get it.
Dump-off caught by his back. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
It's a design one for Milroe. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Tight end going in motion here.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here's Milroe, first and 10. He just throws this one away.
Hey, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From 37 yards in the right hash. Myers' kick is good, and they've taken back the lead. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10.
Let's go. Cowboy 19 tight. 19 tight.
Airing it out to start this drive. This one falls incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Another throw here on second down. Finds a seam down the middle. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Mitchell up the middle. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got second and 11.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11. On the Seahawks' 39-yard line.
Now looking to throw. It's caught left side by Mitchell. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
70 Timberwolves. 18 Pioneer. Ready, go.
To the air on third and long. The third down throw falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up fourth and long. Now Cameron Dicker on to try the field goal. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will tie things up in the third.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this first and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. 30. He's at the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks grab the lead on their first series of Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Mitchell. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger.
Drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Dropping back to throw. Out left, Lamb makes the grab. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that.